please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
It's a beautiful Wednesday evening here in St. Petersburg, Florida, and in the Dome, it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. Tonight, it's the New York Yankees against the Tampa Bay Rays in the middle game of a three-game set from Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with Al Leiter. I'm Michael Kay. So the Yankees broke their 5-game winning streak with a victory in Game 1 of this series last night. They try to make it 2 in a row. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup in this game, and it's brought to you by People's United Bank N.A. See what know-how can do for you. Alex Cobb is going to get the start for Tampa Bay, and Masahiro Tanaka for the Yankees. His last start against Boston now, 7 innings, just 1 run.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, Masahiro Tanaka, he's going to get some Cy Young votes. I'm not going to say he's going to win it, but this guy has been that good. Of his 30 starts, he's had 19 quality starts at 6 innings, 3 runs or less. His split finger's good. I know he didn't strike anybody out in this 7-inning performance. His previous outing against Tampa Bay, he struck out 10. When he's on, the split finger, a ton of those right there. Got great late action. He's throwing his slider more. The velocity is good. This guy's impressive.
Let's take a look at the cold, hard facts brought to you by Clean, Crisp, Coors Light. And these are hard facts. First in ERA in the American League, 7th in innings, 5th in WHIP, 3rd in walks per 9 innings, and he allows you 0.84 home runs per 9 innings. That's 4th in the American League. And by the way, in his last 8 starts, 6-0, 1.86, the very definition of an ace. Now, his battery mate is Gary Sanchez, so we'd like to have some offense from Gary as well. A big home run last night. That helped them to win. When we come back, Meredith Morakovitz will talk to some Yankees who want to rave about their rookie catcher next.
Welcome back to Yankees Baseball on Yes. I'm Meredith Morakovitz. Gary Sanchez hit a 3-run shot that proved to be the difference in last night's W. For Sanchez, it just seems as though it is business as usual. In 42 games during his rookie season, he's been unbelievable offensively. 17 home runs to go with his 11 doubles. And for Sanchez, it does not seem like he is showing any sign of slowing down.
You know, he had another good night, you know, and you can talk about the 3-run homer, and obviously that's really big, but I thought he did a fabulous job with Michael tonight.
I've seen him hit every type of pitch out, so I've seen him hit a cutter out. I've seen him hit a fastball out, and I haven't seen him hit a slider out.
God, he's meant a lot since he's got here. Offensively and defensively. He can change the games in a lot of different ways. So it's kind of fitting that he got the big hit again.
He sees the ball out of the hand probably better than most guys. So pitch recognition is probably up there with the best.
The teams have a little better book on him, and he's learned how to adjust to what teams are trying to do to him. And it's, he's run into some pretty good pitching and has hit some pretty good pitching too.
Basically, if you're the opposing pitcher and you leave over the middle of the plate, it's got a good chance of being damaged off of him. So, and rightfully so. He's got a great approach. He's got a great swing. He's got, he's one of the strongest guys I've seen in the box.
Last night's blast was a third straight game in which Sanchez homered. The second time this season he has accomplished that feat. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Alex Cobb gets the ball. Michael Kay with the call. He'll be joined by Al Leiter after the break.
Brought to you in part by the Lincoln Motor Company and the new 2016 Lincoln MKX. By Coors Light, whatever your mountain, climb on. By Bank of America, life's better when we're connected. And by Honda, great deals are waiting at your Honda dealer. The pier here in St. Pete, inside the Trop. The Rays have taken the field, middle game of this three-game set. So why don't we take a look at tonight's Yankees starting lineup presented by Lexus. The left fielder is Brett Gardner. He'll lead off. Batting second, back in the lineup, center fielder Jacoby Ellsbury. Gary Sanchez will catch. He'll hit third. Cleaning up the DH, Brian McCann, 4 for 10 lifetime against Cobb. 2 of the 4 have left the park. Mark Teixeira at first base will bat 50 at a home run last night, batting from the right side. The shortstop, Didi Gregorius, hit 6th. Batting 7th, playing third base, Ronald Torreyes. Mason Williams in right field will bat 8th. And batting 9th and playing second base, it's Donovan Solano.
And that lineup will be facing Alex Cobb. They faced him a couple starts ago, September 8th. Cobb threw 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, 3 were earned. This guy's coming back from Tommy John a couple years ago. Missed all of last year. Let's take a look at the pitcher scatter report. Brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. That's what he throws. Fastball, changeup exceptional at times, and the knuckle curveball. His curveball has actually been better. Been very good versus the Bombers. Well, I mentioned it, 11 career starts. He's 5-2 with an ERA at 2.13 and a 187 batting average against. That's the lowest against the Yankees with a minimum of 10 starts career of any pitcher. And first inning troubles. I know it's only been 3 starts, but in those 3 starts, batting average against in the first inning of 538. It's only given up 4 earned runs in those 3 innings. In the second inning on, a 154 batting average. So I know it's a small sampling, but get him early.
Let's take a look at the Rays defense presented by Geico. We've got Dickerson in left, Kiermaier in center, and Decker over and right. In the infield, it's Longoria at third, Alexei Ramirez at short, Logan Forsythe having a good year at second, and Brad Miller is over at first. Bobby Wilson's behind the plate, and Al told you all about Alex Cobb. He's on the mound. So the Yankees snapped their 5-game losing streak last night with a victory, trying to make it 2 in a row now, with a victory in the second game of this 3-game set. After that, 4 games in Toronto ends the road portion of the 2016 slate. Brett Gardner's ready. Alex Cobb is ready. And let's do it here at the Trop. The first pitch is a strike. And we're underway. Dan Iasonia is the home plate umpire. Lance Barrett at first. Laz Diaz at second. And Bob Davidson, the veteran, is over third. Iasonia is the crew chief. The 0-1. It's high, 1-1.
Gardner 1 for 5 last night. The exciting Yankee win, 5-3. The big 7th inning.
Two 2-1 on Gardner. Gardner's hit in that 7th inning tied the game, and that allowed Gary Sanchez to eventually come up and hit that 3-run home run. And Gardner also had a stolen base in that inning. Sanchez due up third in this inning. Just underway at the Trop. The 2-1. Ground ball through for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Gardner. Let's look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow Tea. 82 degrees, humidity is high, 70%, wind 5 miles per hour, clear and dry under the dome. I got to the dome today, I'd say at about 2 o'clock, and it was raining so hard it sounded like a symphony on the roof once you were in here. Just echoing and echoing the hard rain, but it has cleared up, and here we are.
God, what would they do without a roof in Florida?
A lot of double headers. Here's Ellsbury. And a strike.
Mostly rain delays, Michael. I know the years that I played it with the Marlins in Miami. I think one year we had 1 rain out, but almost a delay once a homestand at least.
And that could wreck your starting pitching according to how long the delay goes if you want to bring your starter back out. But I think also in Florida, you need a retractable roof because the weather is beautiful. This roof, I mean, you're leaving a beautiful day to go indoors for 3 or 4 hours. Miami got it right. The Marlins, when it's a nice night, you're sitting outside. And when you played for the Marlins, it was any number of names, Pro Player Stadium, Joe Robbie Stadium.
Dolphins.
Right. And some people traveled a long way to get there, and they didn't know if it was going to rain or not. Well, the game was going to get rained out.
That was the excuse of the attendance. People, especially down there, coming from Broward and Palm Beach County.
1-1. 2-1. Well, Ellsbury tried to make a sliding catch in the triangle at Fenway Park. Bruised his knee. Had an MRI. No structural damage, much to his relief. Just a bruise. And a couple of days later, here he is back in the starting lineup. So good break for the Yankees that there was no break or any kind of damage in the knee.
Yeah, I can't say enough, Michael, about table setters getting on base for the middle of the lineup, of any lineup. And I know Gary Sanchez has been terrific, but to have Gardner and Ellsbury creating havoc.
3-1 on Ellsbury.
I said about Cobb, and I know coming back from Tommy John's not easy. It's his 4th start, but the first inning troubles of looking like trying to figure out what's working. And I always thought, Michael, that first inning has always been the hardest for a starting pitcher. What works? What's the umpire calling?
3-2 on Ellsbury. Here's how Ellsbury got hurt. Very odd configuration out there at Fenway. So he slides and bangs his knee up against the wall. It's padded, but it doesn't give after the padding.
Yeah, it's a brick wall or something hard behind it. Ellsbury has certainly known that triangle all the years up in Boston.
Runner goes. 3-2 is inside. No throw. So a walk to Ellsbury. Gardner had gotten a good jump. And the Yankees have runners on first and second. Nobody out for Gary Sanchez. Woods leads us to this alert. Brought to you by Bank of America. 17 home runs in the first 44 games. Tied with Wally Berger for most of the first 44 games. That is in big league history. That's how special what Gary Sanchez is actually doing this year. I think we've all got caught up in it because it's happening in front of our eyes. But when you take a step back and realize that no one's ever done this other than Wally Berger, pretty impressive. Big 3-run home run in the 7th inning last night. Pitch outside.
Well, I'll have one up on that, Michael. That stat. 17th home run last night for Sanchez in 162 at bats. He's hitting a home run every 9.5 at bats, a minimum of 150 plate appearances. He's better than these guys that have surpassed that. Barry Bonds, McGuire, Ruth, Sosa, Mantle, Thome. Actually, his home run rate, the amount of games that he's played, is identical to Mantle's 1961 rate. The year Mantle hit 54 in 153 games.
John Farrell, the manager of the Red Sox, raving about him after the 4-game set, saying the Yankees have something really special there. Rip foul. Brad Boxberger, who gave up the home run, was very complimentary of Sanchez. He said, that was great hitting. He said, the slider's my 3rd pitch. There's no way he could have been thinking slider there. Now it was hung, but he said he was still right on it. And he's so strong, he could be a little bit out in front and still hit it out. But Boxberger said that's what impressed me. There's no way he's thinking I'm throwing that pitch. So 17 homers and 33 runs batted in. Two and one.
And so long as he stays within himself and stays patient, and I know he takes his walks, because pitchers now, obviously, they're looking close. This isn't some sort of, small little streak or an aberration. He's legit. So there you even see a fastball in. Cobb went, he ripped it foul, and then he throws a big curveball in the dirt.
I checked it out because a lot of people are talking about him possibly for Rookie of the Year. From Baseball Reference, his WAR playing in a 3rd of the season is 2.7. Michael Fulmer, who most people think is going to be his big battle there, is 4.7 for the Tigers. And the other two that everybody talks about, Tyler Naquin and Mazzara of the Rangers. Naquin is a 0.6 WAR. Mazzara is a 0.4 WAR. So I think it's going to come down to Sanchez and Fulmer. (3-1). There's a strike. And there are 2 people that make WAR. Baseball Reference and then Fangraphs. And in Fangraphs, Fulmer's WAR is just 2.5. And WAR, of course, is wins above replacement. If you just have an average player, what does that player mean to your team in terms of wins? 3-2. Grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. Gardner rounds 3rd. He will score. It's RBI number 34 for Sanchez, and it's a 1-0 Yankee lead.
Wow. I mean, again, right there, watch it pitch by pitch. See a fastball that missed greatly, then tries to come inside with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, rips it foul. This is a curveball. Hey, stay away from it. Throws a changeup in, which Alex Cobb does. That's a paint major league fastball, perfect pitch. Now he stays on it. This is a fastball middle down in the zone. You see where Lexi Ramirez, the shortstop for the Rays, playing shade to pull a CNI single. This location down, more middle, but just enough to get the bat on the ball. CNI. 1-0 Yanks.
Here's Brian McCann appearing in his 1,500th career game tonight. 2 home runs lifetime against Cobb. Count 0-1. Ground ball right side through for a base hit. Ellsbury rounds third. He's coming home. The throw is way offline. It's an RBI single for McCann. Sanchez moves to third, and the Yankees have a 2-0 lead.
McCann, a fastball running away from him, still pulls it, hits it hard enough by Brad Miller and Logan Forsythe. You see Brad Miller just getting down, actually getting late, or getting set late to defend. Nice little skipping rope right there by Gary Sanchez. And you see, once it goes, it's slow enough and then far enough to the left of Jeff Decker, the right fielder, and Sanchez being able to get to third base with the throw home.
So Cobb handled the Yankees very well a couple of starts ago, and 2 runs in here in the first and third, nobody out. And here's Teixeira. And there's a strike. Teixeira, a long home run yesterday batting from the right side, and he said that's about as well as he's hit a ball from the right side in a long time. It was his 407th career home run, tying Duke Snider for 54th place on the all-time list. And it was his 204th home run as a Yankee, which surpassed Roger Maris and tied Robinson Cano for 14th in franchise history. Next up, Dave Winfield at 205. Sanchez at third, McCann's at first. Popped up. Longoria makes the play for the first out.
Big out for Alex Cobb and the Rays right there. Change up down and away. Teixeira pulling off. It's a good pitch. Watch here. This is a RBI drive situation. You get the ball to the outfield, you'll get a run scored. You see the disappointment obviously from Teixeira, getting a little pop up off the end of the bat.
Here's Didi on this road trip where the Yankees are 1-4. Didi's had a good road trip, 8 hits in 19 at bats. His average at 278. A strike on the outside corner. A single, a walk, and 2 singles, and the Yankees have a 2-0 lead, and runners on the corners with 1 out. One and one. Two and one.
Well, Didi's a guy that doesn't walk. He likes to put the bat in play. Doesn't strike out a whole lot. 78 strikeouts in the 522 at bats, but only 18 walks.
2-2. So Cobb trying to stop it right here. Yankees looking to break things open early. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout of Gregorius by Cobb. Now 2 away for Ronald Torreyes.
I said he doesn't strike out a lot, 78 of them. Here you see the big curveball, kind of fooled, and that's really what Cobb has been able to do since coming back from the Tommy John surgery, using his curveball more. So now he's got 2 secondary pitches off his fastball. This is a good 12-6er. Looks like it's upstairs in an emergency hack. Good pitch.
Torreyes takes a strike. Last night, Torreyes 2 for 4. He got the start at second. Today he's at third. Castro with the hamstring injury and Headley with the back problem still out. I think the Yankees would be surprised if they see Castro before the end of the year. Headley thinks he's going to be able to get back in the lineup. Grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. Sanchez scores. McCann stops at second. Torreyes picks up an RBI single, and the Yankees have 3 runs.
Almost the identical hit Gary Sanchez did the pass the shortstop Alexi Ramirez. Watch the pull. You have a big, huge hole there. Stays on the ball, middle of the field, pushing it through the hole, pushing another run across. Watch here. This fastball was supposed to be in. Chops it. You got the advantage of taking you know, the AstroTurf. It's a little quicker.
So trip to the mound by Jim Hickey.
Couple CNI singles. You know, McCann and Gardner well struck, but this is the kind of thing, Michael, that first inning. And I said his ERA was 12. Well, obviously that's going to go up now. But to find the feel, what's working, hitting your spots. He's a spot fastball guy, Cobb, that is, with a very good changeup and curve. 30 pitches in. It's a high pitch count for an inning.
Here's the youngster Mason Williams.
Look.
Williams, the 8th Yankee batter to come to the plate here in the first inning.
Mason Williams also getting a chance to play last night. 1 for 4, single. Seeing which of these young guys get an opportunity to emerge.
Chop foul. Three runs on 4 hits for the Yankees, and they have runners on first and second with 2 men out here in the top of the first inning. The 0-2. Strike 3. Williams down looking. But the Yankees get the 3 runs on the 4 hits. Leave 2 men on. Yankees 3, Tampa Bay coming back. Rays starting lineup that he's going to face. Second baseman Logan Forsythe leads off, batting second and playing center Kevin Kiermaier. Evan Longoria at third base will hit third. 31 home runs in 147 games against the Yankees. Brad Miller at first base will clean up. The number 5 hitter, left fielder Corey Dickerson. Alexi Ramirez at shortstop hits 6, batting 7th and playing right field Jeff Decker, it's spelled Jaff but pronounced Jeff. Richie Schaefer, the DH, will hit 8th, and batting 9th and catching Bobby Wilson.
Masahiro Tanaka on the mound will be making his 31st start of the year. The 27-year-old right-hander's having a heck of a year. 13-4, kind of getting gypped on some wins, some no decisions that could have won. The .297 leads the American League. Excellent hits to innings ratio. Let's take a look at the pitcher scatter report, brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. You betcha Cy Young in consideration. There'll be others: Sale, Porcello, Kluber. He's going to get some votes. AL ERA leader, I told you, at the .297. And 6 1/3 innings away. He's got 193 2/3. He'll be the first Yankee pitcher since 2013 when CC Sabathia and Hiroki Kuroda pitched 200 innings or more.
And Forsythe will lead off. Pitch is high. Now, Al mentioned that is the American League ERA leader at the moment. It's been 36 years since a Yankee starter led the American League in ERA. You have to go back to 1980 when Rudy May did it. 36 years.
Wow.
And they've had some good pitchers in that stretch, but an ERA title has eluded them. Ground ball is short. Didi. One away. Why don't we check out the Yankees defense, which is presented by Geico. Gardner's in left, Ellsbury in center, Mason Williams over and right. In the infield, it's Torreyes at third. You just saw Gregorius at short. Donovan Solano plays second. Mark Teixeira, second straight start at second, or at first base, and Gary Sanchez behind the plate with Tanaka on the mound. Here's Kevin Kiermaier. Let's take a look at the Dodge hitter scouting report on Kevin Kiermaier.
Best center fielder defensively. Not only did he get gold, he got platinum, Michael. He's awesome, gets great jumps, fantastic. Overachiever. This guy's a 31st rounder out of Parkland Junior College and has worked his way up. He was 5'6" as a freshman in high school. He dreamt of actually being a basketball player, won a scholarship at Purdue and worked his way to the big leagues. Most handsome guy in baseball. MK is Michael K. TV is Tom Bertucci. Or Kevin Kiermaier. And I put question mark because you're going to answer it.
It must have killed you not to put out lighter.
No.
Susan Waltman just rang in with a vote from the radio booth. She said Kevin Kiermaier.
All right.
No doubt.
I'm checking it right now, Susan.
Looped out to short and over the head of Didi in the left field for a base hit. Yeah, just to be nominated, Al, is a thrill.
That's it. I put you in there. Had to. Little, let's see if there's a jam. Yeah, in on his hands, Didi. So once Didi kind of backpedaled instead of turning either right or left, still would have been a heck of a play. But getting jammed, Kevin Kiermaier did, just muscling it out past the glove. You see on our Mercedes-Benz Yes Mo. Nice effort there by Didi.
Here's Evan Longoria. Has a 6-game hitting streak. He's 12 for 26 during the streak. That's good for 492. And there's a strike from Tanaka. Longoria is a fixture here. Came up through the system, signed to a long-term deal. And the losing's been tough on him, but he's having a very good season. A lot of scuttlebutt during the trade deadline. Would the Rays trade Longoria and get a huge haul of prospects back? The Rays did not do it.
Would he agree to it? 5 and 10 player, right?
Well, he's definitely 5. Is he 10 yet? He came up in 08, so he's not a 10.
Oh, okay.
He might, when he signed the long-term deal, maybe he put in a no trade.
I believe that's true, Michael.
But the bottom line is he might want to go where he can win. This might be a long-term rebuilding situation. But it never came up to a point where they would ask him. It would have to be a truckload of players to get Longoria, who signed to a very team-friendly contract from the Rays.
And having a career year, he really is. First base umpire Lance Barrett saw it as a check swing. Completely different dynamic in a count right here. 1-1 to 2-1 or 1-2. I think he went. But then again, I think every hitter goes. Once he breaks his wrist, hands in front of home plate, it's a swing, check swing.
Grounded to third. There's one. Turned beautifully. A 5-4-3 double play. To Reyes, Solano, Teixeira, and boy, did Tanaka like it. We played one here in St. Pete. 3-0 Yanks. By Toyota, RAV4 Hybrid is the official hybrid vehicle of the Yankees. Over the last decade, which American League slugger have you feared most against the Yankees and why? Yo Duff One said definitely David Ortiz because he's always been a Yankee killer in clutch situations. Follow Yes Network and tweet us your responses using hashtag YankeesRAV4 Hybrid to keep the conversation going. Can you believe the year that Ortiz is having?
No.
It is incomprehensible. Somebody at that age is having a career season. 3-0 Yankees lead Tampa Bay as we go to the second inning. And Donovan Solano will lead off.
I mean, to go, I guess he's not going to renege on his, well, who knows, but at 318, 36 home runs, 121 RBIs. Still a beast. He's going to get MVP votes.
I mean, there's been no slowing at all. Again, he's gonna end the season with more home runs than he's ever hit in one season.
You know, really, Michael, when you look at Ortiz's numbers, I mean, we keep talking about Mookie Betts. He's DH, so that hurts him. I know that. But wow, I mean, 36, 121, 318 batting average.
Base hit, left field for Solano. Solano had a good season at AAA, 131 games. He hit .319. So he picks up a single here to start off the second. And Cobb has not looked sharp so far tonight.
Yeah, behind. He got 3-0 to Solano, the 9-hitter for the Yankees tonight. Took the 3-0 pitch and then nice swing, fastball up out over the plate. You know, for Cobb to be successful and get through lineups, turn them over, get deep in the game, he's got to get ahead. He's got to be able to get to hit for hitters to be defensive in pitcher counts to get to his changeup and curveball. He's got 2 good secondary pitches.
Is there ever a point on the mound for a pitcher early where he goes, it's not happening?
Yeah.
I just don't have it.
Yeah. I mean, you fight. You have to fight.
Ground ball up the middle and past Ramirez into center field. Another hit for Gardner.
Wow. I'd like to see this replay here. I'd like to see Ramirez not as much pull to the third base side or third baseman. I thought maybe he had a shot at least knocking this down. Let's see. That's a pinch. That's a double play pinch. I get it. The turf here in Tampa, it's not grass. Just couldn't get to it. Now Alexi Ramirez is an older player. He's been around for a while. That's a 1, 2, 3 hopper. Just couldn't get to it. And you know, maybe a couple years ago, Ramirez, certainly his years with Chicago, probably would have knocked it down at least. Yes, Michael, to finish the point on when you have a pitcher, especially like Cobb, coming back from Tommy John, missed all last year. His 4th start, he pitched the Yankees 2 starts ago, gave up a couple home runs, but did go 6 innings.
Rip foul.
But as you see here, this is, you know, 80. Well, that was 86 mile-an-hour fastball, but unless he overthrew his changeup there, you know, he's 90. That's, you know, in a day when we're talking about night in, night out, if guys throwing 96, 98, you know, 90 miles an hour, you got to hit your corners. You have to find the glove to get in good counts to then get to your secondary. Changeup, curveball for Alex Cobb.
And because I was paying attention to your scouting report, what would worry me, the 1-1. Chopper back to the mound. And a tough play, but a beautiful play by Miller, switching feet and getting Ellsbury at first base. There's not enough of a separation between fastball and changeup.
Yeah, he's throwing his changeup pretty hard. That last one, I thought it was actually a changeup or a fastball. Hey, nice play by Brad Miller. He was a shortstop and then moved over to first, trying to find a spot here. You see Alex Cobb trying to get the ball dead, and as he moves into the line, whoa, good play by switching feet, as you said, Michael, to go from left foot to right foot.
Well, trying to keep it right here at 3-0. The Rays will bring the infield in with Gary Sanchez at the plate. Sanchez an RBI single in the 1st inning. Rip foul and almost took off the ankle of Joe Espada.
I mean, just so hard. Rockets off of his bat. See Joe Espada. Back up, Joe. Reminds me when Larry Bowe was third base coach here, when Gary Sheffield was here. Remember how far Larry would stand?
Down the left field line.
Yeah. That's getting out of his kitchen there. Alex Cobb trying to come inside. Twice now pulling that ball.
Drilled deep to left field. Is it a fair ball? It is gone. Another home run. Gary Sanchez, a 3-run blast. It is his 18th home run of the year. Can you believe what this kid is doing as the Yankees lead 6-0? Wow.
I'll say it again. Wow. Yeah, I mean, you got to believe this. This is a hard hit ball, fastball inside. 18 home runs. Can't say enough about what Gary Sanchez has done in his young career. Watch this here. Middle of the plate. Huge mistake. Hit hard out of here. That was out of here in a couple seconds.
And again, they pitched to him with a base open. Now, I know it's a lefty batter on deck, but why are people pitching to Gary Sanchez? Who in the Yankee lineup is hitting better than Gary Sanchez right now? Ground ball foul, and the Rays get their bullpen busy. Now, he was tied with Wally Berger at 17 in this many at-bats, so obviously no one's gotten to 18 faster in baseball history than Gary Sanchez. Ground ball up the middle, a base hit for McCann. This is not Cobb's night.
Yeah, it's going to be a short night. Everything is hit hard. 7 hits already, 8 hits. Not Well, not only, Michael, why are they pitching to him? This is right down the middle, folks. I mean, that is center cut against a guy who's really good. It's not an accident now. He's fooled and he hits home runs. He stays back. He's even his first at bat, even though it was a CNI single up the middle, the 3-2 pitch, stayed on it. It was a fastball away.
18 home runs, first 45 career games, fastest to 18 in Major League Baseball history. And Meredith has more on Gary.
Well, Michael, both you and Al said, wow. Mark Teixeira after the game last night said incredible, impressive, amazing. You're not even talking about the Yankees possibly being in contention for that second wild card without Gary Sanchez. And speaking with players and people around the Yankees organization, one of the things that impressed them the most about Sanchez is his ability to make adjustments within at-bats. And you didn't necessarily see it there in that at-bat with the ball right down the middle of the plate. But yesterday, he told me on the field that he was actually looking for a fastball. He got a slider, saw it right out of his hand, and was able to slow things down, make the adjustment, and hit the pitch. And that's something that very few players can acknowledge right out of the hand like that. And especially for a guy being as young as he is, it's something that Billy Butler picked up on, Joe Girardi picked up on, and Girardi told me today that at times you almost want to check his eyesight and see if it's just a little better than everybody else's, the fact that he has the ability to do that.
You know, you always hear these stories about a guy being up there and everything slows down for him and the ball looks like a beach ball. And you really do have to wonder, is that the world that Gary Sanchez is playing in right now? Where it looks so big and he just crushes it, barrel to ball, and everything seems to be hard hit. So 4 RBIs in 2 innings for Sanchez. 2-2. Just amazing. That one is drilled to right field. It's a base hit in front of Decker, and it bounces over his head, and it'll go to the wall. McCann is at third. They're going to hold him up. And Teixeira will stop at second. I guess it'll be a double because it did bounce over the head of Decker.
Yeah, he misplayed it, but let's see if it gets glove. Let's see right here for Jeff Decker. This is a pitch out over the plate. Teixeira just leveling it. If it doesn't touch it, yeah, it touched his glove. I got to believe that's a single and an error.
Well, here's Kevin Cash. Hasn't signaled yet, but he's going to take the ball from Cobb. Just an awful start for Alex Cobb. And has scored a single and an E9. So Cobb leaves a 6-0 deficit and runners on second and third. And just 1 out as Joe Girardi, or should I say Kevin Cash, makes the Verizon call to the bullpen. Short night for Cobb. Well, we've only just begun. Yankees postseason push is with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy game day, live game video highlights, StatCast news, and more. Get MLB.com at bat on your favorite devices now. So Cobb is done. Steve Geltz comes on. And he's going to face Didi Gregorius. The Rays bring the infield in. Yankees have runners on second and third. Just one out here in the second. 26 game for Geltz. A hit per inning. He's given up 11 home runs in 24 innings.
6.38 ERA, not good.
Fly ball to Dickerson. He'll make the catch, tagging McCann. The throw, not in time. It's a sac fly for Didi, and the Yankees lead 7-0. '67th ribby for Gregorius.
Second on the team, that's 67th ribby. Only to Castro, who had 69.
Here's Ronald Torreyes. The official scorer has changed the scoring on the Teixeira hit. They've taken the error away from Decker, and they've given Mark Teixeira a double.
Wow.
I see that. I thought it was a really bad hop.
He misplayed it.
Fly ball. Right center. Kiermaier makes the play. That'll do it. But the Yankees score 4 runs. 3 on one swing by, guess who? Gary Sanchez, the fastest to 18 home runs in Major League history. Amazing. Second time for the greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. They got a little Donnybrook developing for the National League wild card. Now the Cardinals lost today. It was a 3-way tie for the 2 wild card spots before the Cardinals lost, so they dropped a half game off. The Marlins starting to win again. They pulled to within 4. And the Pirates still there, 4.5 out. But time is running short. Right now it's the Mets and the Giants for the first 2 wild cards in the National League. Tanaka deals a strike to Miller as we start at the bottom of the second. It's 7-0 Yankees. Fly ball, center field. Ellsbury back on the track at the wall, and he makes the play with his back to the wall for the first out. Al, honestly, 7-0 lead. Do you pitch differently in the second inning?
No.
You're still acting if it's scoreless.
Wait, here, I'll take it back. If you get behind 2-0, you know, you're repeatedly behind, and normally maybe you would go to a 2-0, 2-1 split.
Right.
You'll throw more heaters, but don't get too far out of that. Don't pitch to the scoreboard, even though I know you have more leeway. Because how often do you see that? You know, you got a big lead, guy gets behind, grooves a couple heaters, here comes a couple home runs. and it becomes interesting. Pitch your game.
Dickerson fouls it back.
I think that was a little backdoor cutter right there. First pitch to Corey Dickerson. Coming over from Tampa Bay, 21 home runs. This is kind of an all or nothing offense this year. Kind of strange, really, when you Tampa Bay, you don't think of them as home run hitters. 205 on the year, 4th in American League.
Fly ball left field, long run for Gardner, and he makes the play in fair territory for the second out.
Nice play right there. Covered a lot of ground. Basically, you have 2 center fielders. The speed of Brett Gardner went a long way for that. I mean, this is a, playing straight up, going a good 40-50 yards, I'd say.
Here's Alexi Ramirez. Strike. Three and one on Ramirez.
He's always had a good eye. Alexi Ramirez got traded over from San Diego. Had 41 strikeouts and 421 at bats with the Padres.
And a walk. And that brings up Jeff Decker. Give you some scores that impact the Yankee wildcard chase. They're in the middle of the 12th inning in Seattle. And the Blue Jays and the Mariners are tied at 1. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Red Sox Orioles. 0-0 in Baltimore. And the Astros beat the A's 6-5 earlier today.
And how about the barn burner out in the Northwest? 1-1 tie in 12th inning. Seattle, Toronto.
You're not even listening to me. I just said it.
I didn't hear that was in 12th inning.
Unbelievable. You have the Michael K filter on, don't you?
I bet you didn't know Batista hit a home run off the closer.
I did know that, and I know that he also moonwalked around the bases.
Did he really?
He did a moonwalk. I don't know if it was around to first base.
I don't like that.
The 0-2. Did you like the bat flip?
You know what? That kind of made sense to me. I mean, the excitement and in the crescendo of that moment in that atmosphere against Texas and the LCS. Man, I felt it. I kind of got that.
Well, maybe there was that kind of excitement today.
In Seattle? Although, do you see all the Blue Jay fans up there? We got more Blue Jay fans in Seattle watching.
I'll tell you what, as that ball gets away from Sanchez, allowing Ramirez to go to second, I think Yankee fans have to be rooting for Toronto. Because you play 4 games against Toronto, you don't play the Mariners, and they're in front of you. Scored a wild pitch. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. You win, so you'll keep the distance with Toronto the same,
and you can make that up yourself.
And then you'll jump over Seattle. I get it. Yeah, I like that.
And that one, Sanchez doesn't know where it is. I think it's stuck underneath the rotating signboard. And that's exactly what happened. We'll see how they score that.
Well, that's clearly a cross-up. I know we saw last night, I think, Pineda threw a high fastball. He's looking split. That is a cross-up for sure. And then it gets stuck in that little pad behind home plate. Watch here. He's kind of setting up as catchers do for something off speed. And that just whizzed by his head. It's got to be a cross-up.
And they scored a wild pitch. Ramirez with a huge lead off third. And a walk to Decker. 2 straight walks by Tanaka.
So there's an example right there, Michael. You got Jeff Decker, a 3-2 pitch, and Tanaka's forte is that split. He threw a split, ends up walking him. Decker only coming in. He's been in 11 games, 30 at bats with a 133 batting average.
Here's Schaefer. 1-0. Last strike. One pitch. 1-2 on the designated hitter Schaefer. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss, got him. And gets out of trouble. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, and 2 men left on base. We're going to the third. 7-0 Yanks. Yankees continue this road trip with a crucial 4-game set against the Toronto Blue Jays. Coverage starts at 6:30 with the Chevy pregame. Then Ken Singleton will join me for the call from Rogers Center right here on Yes and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Now tomorrow, the Yankees take on the Rays in the series finale here, and Yes has pre and post game coverage before and after the game, which will be seen on Pix 11. Well, we go to the third inning. It's been all Yankees, 7-0. They've knocked out the Rays starter Alex Cobb. Steve Geltz came on to get the final 2 outs of the second inning. Mason Williams takes high. So the Yankees, when scoring at least 5 runs in a game, are 55-11. That's an .833 winning percentage. And that's the highest winning percentage in the American League. And it's even better since July 3rd. They're 30-5 when scoring at least 5 runs. So they've got 7 now as we start the third. Grounded to second. 1 away. Speaking of 7 runs, the Yankees have scored at least 6 runs. Go to papajohns.com tomorrow to receive 50% off the regular menu price of all pizzas online with promo code Yankees6. What is that young man thinking? Is he thinking this game's too easy? Because he's made it look easy.
He's thinking, I can't wait to get up again.
You know, we talked yesterday about Willie McCovey winning the Rookie of the Year. I believe playing just 52 games in 1959. And one of our great information guys, James Smythe, looked this up for me. And McCovey won the award. He was unanimous, 24 votes. It was not a great year for National League rookies that year. Larry Sherry of the Dodgers had a very good year, 2.19 ERA. He pitched 94 1/3 innings as a starter and a reliever, kind of a swingman for the Dodgers. Now, the real competition didn't really have a chance. Vada Pinson had a great year, hitting .316, led the league in doubles with 47 and runs scored 131. But he didn't qualify as a rookie in 1959 because he had 96 at-bats in 1958. The limit at the time was 90 at-bats, and now it's 130. Otherwise, Pinson probably would have beaten McCovey with that same year. But there are decent players and good competition for Sanchez. It's going to be interesting to see how this vote plays out, especially when you have a pitcher that's meant as much to the Tigers and had as good a year as Michael Fulmer. Solano goes down on strikes.
Well, Gary Sanchez is just going to continue to make it harder for those who have a vote, because my initial feeling was it's just not enough games, but as he continues to just beat up American League pitchers, his numbers are now starting to say, well, okay, I know it's only going to be, assuming he plays every game as this season plays out, 54 games.
A lot of people have asked me, well, will he qualify to be a rookie next year? No, because he's at 162 at-bats already. So this great 2 months will stop him from having a chance to win next year. But is it so great that it actually could win him the award this year in limited time? Gardner is 2 for 2. His 3rd at bat here, and we're just in the 3rd inning. Fly ball, Kiermaier, almost in dead center. He'll put it away for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning. And we're going to the bottom of the 3rd. 7-0 Yanks. PlayStation Vue, live TV, no annual contract, and no surprise fees. By People's United Bank NA, thumbs up for quick balance with Touch ID on your mobile phone. And by Acura, precision crafted performance. Nice night here in downtown Tampa. That's right near the water. This is actually St. Pete, right near the water. A couple of blocks away from that scene, we're at Tropicana Field. And Bobby Wilson wraps one to left field. Going back is Gardner, turning, looking, see ya. A home run for Wilson to put the Rays on the board. The Yankees lead 7-1. First pitch of the inning, and it reaches the first row in left field. 7th home run for Wilson, and it breaks an 0 for 7 slide.
Yep. Bobby Wilson only coming in 229. 3 home runs of those 7 were with the Tampa Bay Rays. First pitch heater getting ahead, number 9 hitter. Again, and that you mentioned, Michael, that a 7-0 game. The idea of getting ahead of these batters and trying to expand. Got burned right there by Bobby Wilson.
That's a final in Seattle. The Mariners have beaten Toronto 2-1 in 12 innings. And I'm told, Al, that Bob Lorenz, as we speak, rolling up the sleeves, getting ready, having that look, and he's going to show us exactly how that game ended. That's in a sec.
Good. Right after this split in the dirt.
Foul back.
Peter on the hands.
The 0-2. There's your splitter in the dirt.
See if he goes to it again.
Strike 3. Forsythe down looking. Bob's sleeves are rolled up. How did it end, Bob? Wow, what an ending. Take a look at the standings presented by Mazda Driving Matters. Give you a longer look. So the Blue Jays, a half game over the Orioles. Essentially tied, though. 69 losses. Then the Tigers, the Astros, a game and a half out. Mariners, 2.5 out. And the Yankees, 3.5 out. Remember, the only number that counts is the loss column number. You can make up other numbers. You can't make up losses. So the Yankees are essentially 3 games out of the wild card, but having several teams to jump. And we were talking yesterday at the start of this series. 13 games remain. Nice play by Tanaka to retire Kiermaier. Al said, I don't know, 11-2. But can you do it at 10-3? You don't know. So they won the first game, but I don't know if you could think that wide a swath. You just got to win every single game you play.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, as a player, you're not thinking, oh, okay, if we go this and Toronto and Baltimore does X. The harder problem with this, Michael, and it's great for baseball, the fact that we're showing that wild card and the teams that are still in it that have a chance. You're talking about, you know, 7 cities, fan bases outside of the division winners: Toronto, Baltimore, Detroit, Houston, Seattle, and New York. 3 are in it. I mean, I guess, you know, statistically in the National League, you look at Miami at 4. It gets a little more daunting.
And the Orioles lead the Red Sox 1-0, top of the 4th inning in Baltimore.
And I think, Michael, as we sit here, that unbelievable last day, was that 2010 when Longoria hit that home run to make all of the complication the Red Sox had to lose? Or
I think it was 2011.
Was it 11?
Yeah.
I mean, that was amazing for baseball. Yeah, that 162 landing, they renamed it for that home run walk-off to get the Rays into as a wild card team. Let's see where he got hit. Ooh. Well, didn't get his shin guard.
Always misses that. Now, you've admitted that you weren't a great hitter. Did you ever foul a ball off your shin?
Not my shin, but my toe. Yeah,
Killer pain?
Awful, awful. Go get a ball peen hammer and just whack it.
The 0-2. Paul O'Neill said the other day that, you know, you foul your balls off the shin, and you've got bruises through the winter. That's how long it stays. Amazing. One, 2, 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, Michael, you know, the ball is hard, right? And you swing in the baseball bat. We have StatCast now to show velocity off the bat. I remember I hit Jim Rice in the knee, and years later, like now he's doing TV, he came up to me and he had me feel a bump on his knee from when I hit him. Yeah. I remember he came up to me, and I was a young kid. I think it was 1988, because I know Mattingly was playing first, and I just drilled Jim Rice in the knee. And certainly not on purpose, just being me, wild. And he started walking out halfway, and I think Pags was still with us, and I was like, oh God, Jim Rice can come out and beat me up. So years later, he comes over, come here. You remember when you hit me? I said, yes. He goes, take a look.
Fly ball, left field, deep, going back. Gardner turning, looking, another home run as Longoria gets one in the seats. 2 home runs this inning. Now the Yankee lead is 7-2. 36th home run of the year for Longoria, and he now has 95 runs batted in.
Yeah, I said at the start of yesterday's game that you don't let this guy beat you. I mean, this is a split that goes down. I mean, of those 36 home runs, Michael, 32 of them are off right-handed pitchers. You would think, I know you see more righties, but the split of, well, literally a split finger down. You see how he went down and got that, to have the strength to be able to hit it, albeit, you know, straight away or left field here, not the farthest poke. Just getting over that yellow line in left field.
Al, did that look like a terrible pitch, or was it a really good piece of hitting?
I think it's good hitting. I mean, if you look at it with that pitch where it was going down, I know it had middle of the plate, and I know that's Tanaka's pitch, but on a, was it 2-2 pitch?
0-2.
Yeah, let's take a look right here, Michael. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's a little slider. But it's, what, is that knee high?
Yeah.
I thought it was a split. So middle of the plate, but just enough for these guys. They stay back, barrel to the ball, and finish high.
Deep to right field. Going back, Williams, track. Wall, see ya. 3 home runs in an inning against Tanaka. This one by Miller. And now the Yankee lead is just 4, 7-3. That's his 29th home run of the year.
Well, something hanging again. Sanchez wanting that ball in. It just stayed out over. Well, I say hanging, but more of a middle plate, out over the plate for a guy like Brad Miller. 29 home runs on the year. The 77th ribby just getting by that little angle there in right field. A backup cutter, more of a cutter, but you see middle of the plate. Some mistakes thrown, especially that one middle of the plate.
That one is driven deep to center. Going back, Ellsbury. Track, turning, looking, see ya. A home run for Dickerson. Back to back to back. 4 home runs in 1 inning against Tanaka, who came into the game with the best ERA in the American League. And suddenly it's Yankees 7, Tampa Bay 4.
Larry Rothschild's going to give a visit here. I mean, how quickly this game is turned. A couple of decent pitches. This was a split finger running down and away. And I said that this Tampa Bay team, they swing for the fences. You get a lot of strikeouts that way, but right off the bat, he knew it. I mean, the farthest part of this field, straightaway center in that little corner. 4 home runs in the inning.
Kind of hard to believe.
Middle, it had middle outer half, and it was a split finger. Corey Dickerson, that was certainly the Powers' 22nd home run on the year. Boy, certainly making it a game quickly here. And Michael, you alluded to, do you pitch it differently? You know, 7-0 lead. No, I'm watching these pitches. He's making mistakes location-wise, but you know, it's not like he's throwing 2-0, 2-1, 3-1 fastballs. He got burned on a slider to Longoria. Same to Miller. Tried to get a cutter in on his hands, and that pitch there was a split away. I mean, had too much of the plate for a guy that can hit it out.
It is a strange game and hard to figure out. The 0-2.
To compound that comment you just made, you know, leading the American League into this start, obviously not now, in ERA. But Tanaka in his career against Tampa Bay, Michael, 5-0 with a 2.42 ERA in 7 career starts. And here, up until these home runs, he hadn't given up a run in 14 innings. So he dominated this team. Not tonight. A paint fastball on the outside corner. That was off the plate. Good call by Dan Iasonia, the home plate umpire.
Two and 2. Eleven pitches in the first, 19 in the second, 28 here in the third, totaling 58 on the game. Fly ball center field. Ellsbury is there, and that will do it. Masahiro Tanaka has never allowed 4 home runs in a game, and now he's allowed 4 home runs in this 1 inning. A career high for a game here in the bottom of the third. 7-4 Yanks. We have some scores of note here. Bob just told you the Baltimore score. 2-1 Seattle and 12 over Toronto. And Houston beat Oakland 6-5 this afternoon. New pitcher for the Rays. It's Justin Marks, and he deals a strike to Ellsbury. That one's foul back. Well, all of a sudden the Yankees can't sit back on those 7 runs. Now you've got to add on. It's just the second game for Marks. Walked 5 in 3 innings in his 1 game. Audi scoreboard 7-4 Yankees lead. We're in the 4th. And Ellsbury down looking, 1 away.
Now Justin Marks just stayed inside on Ellsbury. You see where Bobby Wilson, the catcher's setting up. That ball hitting the inside corner. Yeah, that's a pitcher's pitch right there. Getting rung up.
And here's Gary Sanchez. 2 hits, 4 runs batted in, another home run. And the lefty deals a strike to Sanchez. 18 home runs and 37 ribbies. Fly ball center field. Kiermaier is there. 2 outs. Let's check out the injury report brought to you by Montefiore, doing more in state-of-the-art health care. A couple guys banged up. Steven Souza Jr. left hip irritation, gonna have surgery. Logan Morrison, torn left wrist sheath, and Matt Duffy has had Achilles surgery. So important players for them. And McCann takes outside. 1-0. Check swing. He's going to get himself a base hit against the shift. He might get himself a double. Cutting over is Dickerson, but McCann will stay right there. And he picks up his 3rd hit of the night. An excuse me single.
He's smiling, of course. Look at that. And they'll say, okay, I'm smiling now, and oops, but I'll take it. This is a inside fastball. It looks like he's trying to not only check, but kind of get out of the way. Yeah, that's a check swing. And okay, is this a double?
Here's Mark Teixeira. He's 1 for 2. He doubled in the 2nd. Count 0-2. Teixeira's average is at 200. Last season of his career, you know he wants to finish over the Mendoza line. Pitch outside. Ground ball at 3rd. Longoria across the diamond to get to Teixeira, and that'll do it. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 7-4 Yanks. guard Jeremy Lin. The Brooklyn Nets tip off the NBA season with a new head coach, promising new young players, and a whole new attitude. Don't miss the excitement of the Nets on Yes, returning Thursday, October 6th, with the Nets' first preseason game against the Detroit Pistons, only on Yes. Tanaka comes out for the fourth and deals inside to Decker. The Audi scoreboard, Yankees 7 and the Rays 4. Bottom third of the Rays order against the Yankee right-hander. Ground ball to second, Solano. One away. With those 4 home runs in the third inning, it jumps Tanaka's ERA up to 3.11. And he came into the game with a 2.97 ERA.
Yeah, that would drop him right now to 4th or 3rd behind Sale and Porcello.
Rip foul. Sale's getting hit hard tonight as well. And Porcello's bid for the Cy Young looking pretty good. And David Price started campaigning for him the other day on Twitter. He said, I've got to get behind my teammate who's having a Cy Young year. High pop-up. Behind the plate, third base side, and it makes the seats out of play. Yeah, you look at Porcello and 21 wins now. You say, well, that's just a product of all the run support he gets. You can't penalize him for the run support because he has good numbers that even if he didn't have great run support, he'd have a pretty good year.
Well, right now, I mean, well, not right now, but
swing and a miss as Schaefer down on strikes.
That's a good split finger. He's, if what you just said, Sale and Tanaka, he's leading the American League now.
Right.
Schaefer swinging over that really good late action from Tanaka on that split. When he really gets out front, gets his hand through. It's that last 8, 10, 12 feet. Tough for hitters to react.
There's Bobby Wilson, who started the home run carnage in the third inning with a leadoff shot. Then 2 outs later, Longoria, Miller, and Dickerson hit back to back to back. 1-1.
I think it's becoming a little clear for the New Jersey native Rick Porcello. Seton Hall Prep High School.
How about Zach Britton, though?
You give it to a reliever?
If they've had the best year.
Yeah, it's number 2's got to be way off. Like a Larry Sherry to what Willie McCovey did.
We've had relievers win MVPs. Hernandez of the Tigers.
Right. I don't agree with it. I mean, I know how valuable they are. That's why whether it's the Fireman Award, right? What's the latest? Oh, now it's
I think it's called the Mariano Rivera in the American League and Trevor Hoffman in the National League. But you could still be the best pitcher, and you could actually impact more games as a reliever than you can as a starter.
Yeah, no, I'm not buying that one. I know. Listen, Zach Britton has been unbelievable. And certainly the Yankee fans, all the years of Mariano Rivera, what he meant to the Yankees. But I'm sorry, Cy Young, starting pitcher for me.
2-2 to Wilson. Gets through Sanchez. 3-2.
This pitch right here, knowing it's a breaking ball in the left-handed batter's box.
Base hit, right field. Wilson, a 2-out single. That'll bring up Logan Forsythe. Popped up, right side. Coming on is Williams, and he makes the play for the final out. No runs a hit, no errors, 1 man left. We've played 4, 7-4 Yanks. Were raised when Max Scherzer got that contract. He's a stud.
He is. You talk about legit stuff and backs it up. Although Kyle Hendricks, I mean, the more I look at his numbers, Michael, he's starting to emerge as the front runner.
Cadillac scoreboard 7-4 Yanks as we start the top of the 5th. You know, you look at the Tigers not giving Scherzer that money, and then all the money they gave to Jordan Zimmerman. Who would you rather have? I mean, would you rather have Scherzer than Zimmerman?
Of course, but
Zimmerman got off to a great start this year, but went on the DL, hasn't pitched well since. Check swing and a looper to shortstop. And a nice play by Ramirez, showing some arm to get Gregorius for the first out.
Trying a little jam shot, a little slow developing, and check swing. Ramirez having to, nice bare hand, and having to wait for that ball to come down, just barely getting Didi. Kind of skip back toward him. Good strong throw. Bang bang there at first base. Lance Barrett calling him out.
Torreyes takes low from Marks. Marks, the 3rd pitcher for the Rays. Alex Cobb started, didn't have much. Steve Geltz, and now Marks. Grounded to 3rd. Right there, Longoria. 2 away. Here's Mason Williams, 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out looking and grounded to 2nd. And a strike on the inside corner. The Yankees jumped out to a 7-0 lead after an inning and a half, but 4 home runs against Tanaka in the 3rd inning. Brings Tampa Bay closer. Laced into right center, a base hit for Williams. Kiermaier gets in quickly, so a 2-out single for the Yankee right fielder.
Oh, this is well struck right here. Trying to come inside, as we've seen Marks do to the left-handed batters. Good swing, balance through the middle of the field. Love when I see hitters do that, not pulling off. It's a good approach, hard, leaning up the middle.
Here's Solano, who's 1 for 2 with a run scored. You know, Al looked up the numbers of the signings, and Scherzer was 7 years, $210, so $30 million a year, and Zimmerman was 5 years, $110, so he was $22 million a year.
Still a lot. I'm with you. When I heard that, I said there had to be some significant difference.
But it wasn't like, okay, we're not getting Scherzer. They waited the next year to get Zimmerman.
Right.
And they also spent an inordinate amount of money on Justin Upton, and he hasn't really paid off.
I mean, that was a big one too. You're right. 6 years for 130 some odd.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch. Foul back. And we're also talking about the Tigers that are not shy about spending Mike Illich's money. I mean, the deal that Miguel Cabrera got, Victor Martinez at an older age gets a 4-year contract. So if you're going to stretch the budget a little bit, it would be for Max Scherzer. 2-2. Grounded to short. Alexi Ramirez goes the long way, and that will do it here in the 5th. No runs, a hit, 1 man left. We're halfway through after 4.5. It's 7-4 Yanks. Remember, you can stream them live on your mobile device using Fox Sports Go. Just download the app, sign in with your subscriber information. Fox Sports Go is available for DirecTV, Optimum, Time Warner Cable, Fios, and Frontier customers. So here's Masahiro Tanaka. And there's some action in the Yankee bullpen. Kiermaier takes high as we start the bottom of the 5th. Tommy Lane up for the Yanks. Chopped right side. Solano gets a nice hop. 1 away. And that's going to bring up Evan Longoria. And we'll take a look at the Honda League leaders. Home runs against right-handed pitchers. This is the major league leaders. Encarnacion has 33. So does Trumbo. Ortiz and Longoria tied with 32. And Machado with 31. There's Lane. Longoria with a home run in the 3rd inning. His 36th of the year, so 32 of them against righties. Cadillac scoreboard 7-4 Yanks. Are you a little surprised, Al, to see Tommy Lane up?
You know, when I look at the pitch count, yes, I know that he had a real rough 3rd inning with the 4 home runs at Tanaka. He's your ace. You know, kind of figure it out. But in the 5th inning, to have somebody throwing along with you, it just shows you either A, how important obviously these games are, and if he gets in trouble, well, Joe, come get him.
You've got Brad Miller up next, so you wonder if he loses Longoria, is he out? There's a strike. Let's take a look at the accurate pitch count. It's just 78. 51 strikes, 27 balls.
Ball loose in front of the Yankee dugout.
When you're pitching and you see somebody warming up, are you ticked off? Especially this early in a game when you have a lead?
Yeah.
Are you distracted?
Not until the ball gets away and rolls in front of your dugout and they call timeout. You know, listen, it's a different game. You know, the bullpens matter way more than certainly when I first broke in, and you know, maybe the latter part of my career.
High fly ball, left field. Gardner makes the play for the 2nd out.
Now listen, you know, Mike, I get, you know, depends on who's on the mound. I mean, we're talking about a guy who, you know, has had a phenomenal year. I mean, you know, this is had a bad inning, but I mean, you look at what Tanaka's done this year. 19 quality starts. He's had 12 what I consider quality starts, 7 innings or 3 runs or less. 12 of them out of his 30.
Here's Miller. Hit his 29th home run. A solo shot in the 3rd. That's what saved Tanaka in the 3rd. 4 home runs, all of them solo shots. And the 0-1. Grounded to first. Teixeira makes the play, steps on the bag. So 1-2-3 inning for Tanaka. Let's take this baby to the 6th. Yankees up 7-4. 5th anniversary of Roger Maris's American League record-setting season on Saturday, October 1st, and get one of the hottest collectibles of the season. It's Roger Maris Bobblehead Day, the final one in the 2016 collectible series presented by AT&T for the first 18,000 guests in attendance. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Well, we go to the 6th inning. Justin Marks still out there. Brett Gardner leads off. He's 2 for 3. First pitch is foul back. That was interesting seeing Lane up in the 5th inning when Tanaka could get a win. Now Tanaka worked a 1-2-3, which kind of took the decision out of Joe's hand. But the Yankees lost a crushing ball game on Thursday to the Red Sox when Joe took Tanaka out after 93 pitches in 7 innings. And then the bullpen fell apart in the 9th. They gave up a run in the 8th on a home run by Ortiz, and then the Hanley Ramirez walk-off in the 9th. So I know these games are very, very important. And with the expanded rosters, Joe has so many more pitchers from which to choose in the bullpen. But I guess the question has to be asked, who's better out there, and who do you trust more than Masahiro Tanaka? And how much does that gain the attention of Tanaka? Because I think Joe's at the point right now, he doesn't care if you get a win. He doesn't care if you get 5 full innings. He's done that twice to Pineda. So I guess nobody's exempt. But Pineda's been a little inconsistent and unreliable. Tanaka's having a really great year.
Yeah, Tanaka's your ace. I mean, listen, not every starting pitcher, is worthy of, that extra gut, that decision that's made of, he's my guy, and God, I hope he gets through this inning. Not the 5th, not with 74 pitches, in my opinion. But not only Joe Girardi, this is becoming across baseball that, one, I hear more and more sabermetricians, the win doesn't matter. Sorry, I pitched, the win did matter. It counts. And there's pitchers, it's a great carrot for a starting pitcher. Holds for relievers or setup guys.
Line drive right field, and the catch is made by Decker for the first out.
And of course, as a closer, saves, right? So you got holds for, they pride themselves in that. Inherited runners, keeping your guys that that you come in. That's what relievers really cared about, and starters care about wins.
But I don't even care whether or not Tanaka got a win there. So
right.
We had that bad 3rd inning.
Right.
But don't you trust him more than anybody in the underbelly of the bullpen?
Other than Betances. I mean, your question, yeah, I'd say maybe Betances. I mean, you're not bringing in Betances in the 5th inning. There's a feel, Michael, and Tanaka is having that type of year. Great year. I mentioned, 19 quality starts, 12 of them quality, in my opinion, 7 innings or 3 runs or less.
Popped up, Longoria right there. Marks is doing a good job.
And you look also as your guy, your ace, if you go into it. He had also, Michael, 5 starts of quality. 6 innings, no runs, no decision. 7 innings, 2 runs, no decision. 6 innings, 1 earned run, no decision. 8 innings against Baltimore in May, no runs, no decision. So, we're looking at a pitcher 13-4 with a 2.97 coming into tonight. He easily could be 18-4.
Here's Gary Sanchez.
But if the win doesn't matter to whomever, then yeah. Of his 30 starts, 11 of them he didn't walk a guy. I mean, it's he's been dominant.
But again, even if you take the win out of the equation, you feel better going to the underbelly of your bullpen, getting 13 outs out of your bullpen rather than extending Tanaka. That's the question that Joe's answering with, yeah, I do. That one's driven to left field. Did he get enough? Going back, Dickerson. Trap. Wall. He did it again. See ya. Another home run for Gary Sanchez. The baby bomber going wild. His 19th home run of the year. And it's 8-4 Yankees.
Yeah, is he doing the we're not worthy? Now, I'll tell you what, Michael, you mentioned it last night, Brad Boxberger, why did he pitch to him? That's an 0-2 pitch. Something up, out, over. Trying to come in again. That's a heater. I just don't get it. He's shown how many times right in front of you. Forget about advanced scouting report. He's watching this in front of you.
It really is unbelievable. I have talked to people that have been around baseball 30, 40, 50 years, and no one has seen anything like it. Nothing like this. Grounded up the middle. Does it see a hole? Yes, it does, and it squeaks through. A base hit from McCann, who quietly is 4 for 4. Let's take a look at this swing in Yesmo, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz Tri-State Dealer.
I mean, this is 0-2, trying to come inside. You missed, obviously, for a guy so strong, pulling his hands in. You coming inside on Gary Sanchez, you got to be in off the plate. Just mistakes after mistakes. You see right there, away, and then tried to come in. Wow. You know, there's one point of, you know, making your guys pitch, especially early in the game, but then it becomes just dumb. And I'm not talking about, you know, walking, a stand-up intentional walk with 2 outs and nobody on. But you're a big league pitcher. You know who's hot and you know his capability. You make good pitches. Good pitches are pitches to tease a hitter. That's your pitch, pitcher's pitch, off the plate.
Well, we can tell you this, 19 home runs in this many games. It's never before been done in the history of Major League Baseball. And to share a walk. So when we say we've never seen anything like this, no one has ever seen anything like this.
And you know the amazing thing, Michael, just looking at his minor league numbers, and I know he's, you know, signed as a 16-year-old, big bonus, and then, you know, the most home runs he had in 1 year was 18. You look at last year in 2 places that he was Scranton along with Trenton. He had a total of 18, 12 of them coming in at Trenton AA Eastern League. And here he is in the big leagues, just making big league pitchers look like he's making it look easy.
Now I can understand the show of emotion, Al. Wouldn't you kiss it? It's been so nice to you.
He's giving good luck.
He's giving good luck to Torres.
Yeah.
Here's Didi. I mean, when you see the looks on the faces of his teammates, those are major leaguers. Fans, most of the broadcasters, you have obviously played the game, but we could be amazed at it. But when guys that are your peers are amazed by it, shows you how amazing it is. I mean, they don't understand how this is happening because the game is not this easy.
No. I mean, listen, not all of those home runs that he's hit are just, you know, juicy center cut mistakes. You know, I've seen, you know, pitches that he's hit out that are down and in, off speed, out in front, one-handed.
High fly ball right field. Decker's there to make the play. But Gary Sanchez, he is making himself be heard loud and clear. A 3-run blast, a solo blast, 19 on the year. He's the Yankees right now. Our coverage begins at 6:30 on Yes, and game time is at 7 p.m. on Pix 11. Tanaka deals to Dickerson. And he deals a strike. Adam Warren now up in the bullpen. Well, he must be seeing something in the way Tanaka's pitching that he does not feel comfortable with. That he has his bullpen pretty much throwing alongside him inning by inning starting last inning. So he doesn't think he's sharp. Maybe Larry Rothschild doesn't like his stuff, and they're taking it batter to batter. He's at 85 pitches right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good comment. You know, we obviously don't know, you know, pregame or the warm up or what he's feeling. And also, too, September call-up. Yankees have 14 relievers.
Popped up. Shallow left. Coming on is Gardner. He can't get there. It's going to be a base hit. Dickerson's going for 2. And he'll make it with a double to open up the 6th.
Dickerson off the end of the bat. A good pitch. Down and away. Just peels off of it. It's a lucky off to the end of the bat right in front of Gardner. Right out of the box. Dickerson looking double. Getting in there pretty easily. Watch here. That's, I mean, you're talking down and away ball. See his head kind of pull out his hip. It's a double. 34th on the year for Dickerson.
They say he went around. Goes around again.
Two pitches that have plate coverage over the plate. A little slider here. 2 in a row. Nice little late break. Ramirez gets in 2-strike mode. Tough to strike out.
Strike 3. Ramirez down looking. Wow. 1 away.
Paint. 2 sliders down the zone. Swing, swing. And then this is a pitcher's pitch. Not only fastball. You see that little comeback? Looks like it's off the plate. That is perfect. The 2-seam grip coming out. Tanaka. Now the idea of this, the beautiful shot right there, is to be off the plate and get that little run. 2 or 3 inches. Nails the glove. Good pitch. See here, cross shoot. Looks a little bit farther away, and then see that little comeback? Wow, that's a nice pitch.
That one's fouled back. Yankees have 8 runs. And Gary Sanchez responsible for 5 of them. 5 runs batted in by the rookie catcher. 2 home runs. 19 on the year. 5 ribbies, 38 on the year. And so far in this series, he's 4 for 7. 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in.
Wow. And they continue to make mistakes.
And the 0-2. Tipped into the glove of Sanchez. Nope, he did not hold on. So Decker stays alive. That one gets away from Gregorius, but backing up is Solano as they tried to pick off Dickerson. One and two.
Nice job right there by Gary Sanchez, keeping that ball in front of him. Runner at second base gets wide on that split finger, stays down, got the glove down.
One, two. Fastball in on the hands, foul back.
Gary Sanchez has an interpreter. Tanaka has an interpreter. What language are they going with that? Coming out. Little conference.
I think they both speak English
Enough
well enough
English.
to converse the universal language of baseball. Who translated for Piazza into lighter?
I don't know. There was a good chance I wasn't listening to him. He left me alone.
David said he didn't like a lot of trips to the mountain.
No, I
you
did
like
not.
that?
No. I mean, what good? You know, it's not good. Coach coming out, catcher. You're not cruising. It's usually some kind of issue.
2-2. Tap to short. Gregorius bobbles and just get Decker for the second out. Saved himself an error with a strong throw as Dickerson moves to third.
Well, I'm sure they're going to take a look at it, or at least pause a little bit. There's the little bobble, but Didi, strong arm. Pretty good stretch by Teixeira. Split down the way. Decker hustling down the line. An emphatic out call by Lance Barrett. Well,
it looks like he got it right.
Yeah.
They're not challenging.
Yeah. Bang, bang.
Here's Schaefer, who has struck out twice against Tanaka tonight. Swing and a miss. The 0-1. 0-2.
Nasty split. 88 miles an hour. Just the late drop. Watch this as it goes. It's got fastball spin and then just slow enough. His fastball tonight has been 91. 3 or 4 miles an hour.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Schaefer down on strikes for the third time tonight. No runs a hit, no errors, 1 man left. We played 6 full. Yankees lead this one 8-4. season with this great ticket offer. Check this out. Buy special $50 lower level seats and watch the Nets at Barclays Center from an exclusive Nets on Yes section. Plus, get a free t-shirt and have a chance to be seen live on the Yes telecast. To purchase tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com and use the promo code Nets on Yes. This offer only applies to the first 5 games of the Nets season. Seats are limited, so act fast. Restrictions may apply. I'm hearing that if you slip a $5 bill to Iron Eagle, you can get on the net broadcast. They'll just direct the camera that way.
I think it's 10.
Is it 10 now?
Yeah.
Inflation. All right, we go to the 7th inning. Dana Evelyn will make his 30th appearance. The numbers are not pretty. An 8.86 ERA. And he will face Torreyes. And there's a ground ball up the middle. And a nice play by Ramirez to get Torreyes for the first out.
Nice play by Brad Miller. A couple nice scoops. Good footwork from the Tampa Bay Rays first baseman. Continuing to play the Yankee right-handed hitters in the hole. Long way, a little bit slower. That one from Ramirez. And a heck of a scoop to get Torreyes on a bang-bang play. Good job.
Well, you find a position for Miller. If he hits you 30 home runs, you'll take some defensive lapses. Pretty good bat. GMC scoreboard. Yankees and Gary Sanchez lead Tampa Bay 8-4. Mason Williams 1 for 3 tonight. Evelyn deals outside 1-1.
Oh yeah, and I think they found the home for Brad Miller. He's a top pick for the Seattle Mariners a few years ago. 2nd pick.
Wave through that one. Annie Romero is up. Bounced up there.
Well, in a game like this, obviously when you're down, you see the pitchers that aren't doing as well. Obviously in a losing cause, you got Evelyn and ERA over 8. So Justin Marks and Steve Geltz.
Swing and a miss. Williams down on strikes. 2 away here in the 7th. There's Donovan Solano. A single and 3 at bats. A single in the 2nd. He scored a run. And he came around to score on the Sanchez 3-run home run. Looks like Warren's going to pitch the 7th. Solano wraps one into right center. Long run for Kiermaier. He will not get there. And he's going to play it off the wall as Solano picks up a double. 2 hits for Donovan Solano.
Yeah, nice job by Donovan Solano, just staying on that ball. Fastball away. Doesn't do a whole lot with it. Stays on it. Goes right center field. Getting a chance here. Solano. His first double. Only had 8 at bats coming into tonight's game. Now 2 for 4.
Pitch outside. Solano leads off second. Gardner 2 for 4. And Evelyn drops in a strike, 2-1. Eight-4 Yankees, top of the 7th inning. And Evelyn deals. Strike 2. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, 2-1 count right there. Fastball down the middle from Evelyn. Evelyn's pitch, that little sidewinded curveball, he struck Mason Williams out. I think Gardner may have been looking for that. A little different with 2 strikes. You got to fight. Battle here.
Two. Just missed outside. 3-2.
Yeah, from the left-handed left side, Evelyn coming from first base, and it just keeps sweeping away. Tough pitch for a left-handed hitter.
Here's the payoff. Line to left field. Dickerson makes the play. The ball was hit too hard and hung up there. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left at the end of 6 1/2. Time for the 7th inning stretch. 8-4 Yanks. So you have to stay tuned for that. Here's the game summary brought to you by your local Nissan dealer. 8 runs on 14 hits for the Yankees, 4 runs on 7 for Tampa Bay. Tanaka went 6. Alex Cobb just an out into the second. Sanchez, what a night. What a rookie year. 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 5 ribbies. Wilson, Longoria, Miller, and Dickerson, each with solo home runs in 1 inning, the 3rd inning for the Rays. 19 homers in 45 career games for Sanchez. Fastest in big league history. Bobby Wilson grounds at 3rd. 1 pitch, 1 out for Adam Warren. Bob Lorenzen has more. We must go back to Bob. All right, if this all plays out the way it is right now, Toronto has lost. The Orioles are losing. GMC scoreboard shows the Yankees are winning, so they would gain on those 2, but they would not be gaining on Seattle, which beat Toronto, and Houston, which also won earlier today. And therein lies the problem, Al, when you've got to jump that many teams. Not everybody loses on the same day. Forsythe grounds out to Didi for the second out.
True, but you're getting help where you needed it, at least in the Toronto Baltimore game. I'm with you, but it's just going to bunch everything, right? I mean, if Toronto and Baltimore pull back, you got Detroit, Houston, Seattle. Of course, the Yankees in it, 3.5 behind those teams coming into tonight's game. It'll go to 2.5 if they hold on here.
Tommy Lane is up again. And there's a strike to Kiermaier. Count 0-2.
Adam Warren, two quick outs, got ahead of Kiermaier, a couple overthrown fastballs. Warren with the good slider changeup combination. There's a slider. You want to make him earn it.
Fouled straight back here. Just under the boot.
Good try. Nice effort.
I thought so. You have a dent there on your computer. Is that from a foul ball?
It is. In Anaheim, Gary Sanchez foul ball.
Did you get the ball?
I did.
3-2. Ground ball to second. So Adam Warren works a nice clean 1-2-3 inning as the Rays go down in order. Guess who's coming up in the 8th? Gary Sanchez. Tell your friends. Of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Jacoby Ellsbury will lead off the 8th, and then Gary Sanchez is on deck. And Enny Romero takes over.
Another high ERA for some of these relievers that the Rays are bringing in after a short start from Alex Cobb.
Hyundai scoreboard, Yankees lead 8-4. And the 1-1. 2-1.
You know, Michael Romero's a guy that, you know, again, puzzling. You have a left-hander. He's thrown 96, averaging 96 miles an hour fastball, and an ERA close to 6. I'm not saying it's all about just throwing fastballs, but you got a 5.74 in 49 games. You know, it's a walk issue for a guy like this, but he's touched 99 miles an hour his fastball.
3-2 on Ellsbury. Swing and a miss. Ellsbury down on strikes. And with Gary Sanchez coming up, let's take a look at these replays brought to you by New York Presbyterian, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Amazing things are happening here. Amazing things are happening with Gary Sanchez at the plate. 19 home runs and 187 plate appearances, 1 per 9.84 plate appearances. Pitch way outside to Sanchez. This series 4 for 7, 3 homers, 8 runs batted in. There's a strike.
Good eye.
You know, everybody watching this game are having it on in their home. They're not in the kitchen right now. They're not going to the bathroom right now. Gary Sanchez makes you sit forward in your seat. You want to see what he can do next. It's been an unbelievable couple of months for this young catcher. 2-1. 3-1.
3 sliders, 1 that was over the plate, and then a fastball off the plate. Does he get something good to hit here?
Challenged him. Got 97 right by him.
Yeah, a little different than earlier fastball from Tanaka. That's 97 upstairs. He lets it fly. Probably ball 4. Yeah, it was high.
Fouled away. This was 98.
He's coming at him.
And Romero deals the 3-2. And Sanchez works a walk. Now, we've told you about Sanchez's start here in the big leagues. Never been done before. 19 home runs in this many games. But the thing that makes it more startling, Al, Jack Curry just tweeted this out. Sanchez, the 19 homers, as we mentioned, 187 plate appearances up here. That's 1 homer for every 9.84 plate appearances. Gary hit 99 home runs in the minors in 2,712 plate appearances. That's 1 every 27.4. So he's doing it essentially in the third of the at-bats now, a home run. And this is at a higher level. He's locked in since being called up. And as you mentioned, they signed him when he was 16, so there was a lot of growth that he had to go through as a kid playing in the minor leagues. A lot of seasoning.
And mature as a man, literally, physically. But it doesn't make sense, right? You would think there's a fall off, at least, you know, for initially. And, you know, those numbers cited that Jack tweeted, you know, the most home runs he had in the season was 18 last year, tying 2012 when he was in A-ball.
Strike three. McCann, who was 4 for 4, he's down looking.
This is just a dotted fastball from Romero coming at him, 97-98. That's a perfect pitcher's pitch. Corner.
Here's Mark Teixeira. 1 for 3 with a walk. There's a strike from Romero. Teixeira, switch hitter, batting now from the right side against the lefty. I was covering the team as a writer out during Kevin Moss's unbelievable opening to a career, but you could slowly see after the first 12 home runs that they were starting to learn how to pitch him and find a hole, and he wasn't adjusting. He never really did adjust, and they've had plenty of time to find the holes on Gary Sanchez, and they still haven't found them. And as you said, some of the pitches in this series, it's kind of ridiculous to throw those pitches to a guy who's as hot as he is. Erasmo Ramirez is up, but he hit some really good pitches out as well.
He did. Of those 19 home runs, I didn't see every single one of them, but they're not all middle of the plate mediocre heaters. You know, even in his first at bat against Cobb, and I know Cobb struggled. It was, you know, it was an 0-1 changeup, which was hittable. It was out over. And then in second, the 3-run homer, it's an 0-2 mistake from a young left-hander.
Strike three. Romero strikes out 3. He does walk Sanchez, but he gets 3 outs on strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Mason postgame show on Yes for a complete recap of tonight's game, along with scores and highlights from around the league and up to the minute pennant race standings. Plus, hear from Joe Girardi on the manager's report. It's all coming up after the game, and it's only on Yes. Jack Curry and Bob Lorenz and Meredith Morakovitz will do the honors. Adam Warren had an easy 7, so they bring him out for the 8th, and he deals a strike to Longoria on the Hyundai scoreboard. 8-4 Yankees over the Rays. Longoria with a home run against Tanaka in the 3rd. Tanaka gave up 4 home runs in that 3rd inning, all solo shots.
Back to back to back.
Tommy Lane up again. They might have Warren in just to face Longoria, and then bringing lane for Miller and Dickerson. Swing and a miss. Longoria down on strikes.
Yeah, that's a good pitch right there after a few fastballs, and then it missed with a slider, and then just see the break of a slider. Looks like a fastball. And then the last 10, 12 feet. Good pitch for a guy that's been very good on the inside part of the plate. Well, you're going to let Warren go after Miller.
You know what? I don't have a problem with it. He's pitching well. Swing and a miss. Line down the right field line, foul. Oh, 0-2 count on Miller. Hit his 29th home run of the year and the third. Fouled away. The 0-2. And the pitch. Check swing, 2-2. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning here at the Trop, and Yankees scored 3 in the first, 4 in the second, and 1 in the 6th as they lead 8-4. And the offensive hero in this game, Gary Sanchez, 2 more home runs, give him 19 on the year, 5 more ribbies, give him 38 on the year. 2-2. Fly ball. Deep left center. Going back, Ellsbury turning, looking, see ya. A home run for Miller. That's his 30th of the year. And the Yankees now lead by a score of 8-5.
Here comes Joe now. Miller showing power. 2 home runs on the night.
So Girardi will call on the left-hander with Dickerson due up. Yankees have a 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. crucial 4-game set against the Toronto Blue Jays. Coverage starts at 6:30 with the Chevy pregame. Then Ken Singleton will join me for the call from Rogers Center right here on Yes and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Now tomorrow the Yankees take on the Rays in the series finale, and Yes has pre and post-game coverage before and after the game, which will be seen on Pix 11, so follow us there. Tommy Lane, who's done a nice job for the Yankees, 25th game now for the Yanks. And you see the numbers, 2.08 and 13 innings. Opponents hitting 114 against him. So he squares off against the lefty swinging Dickerson. And there's a strike.
That pitch right there is what makes Tommy Lane so hard against left-handers. That sidewinding, funky delivery, breaking ball.
One, 1-2.
That ball was way up in it, almost hit him. What's this here? Just wants the ball away. Yeah, it wasn't that close.
You know what's interesting, Al? Leaving Adam Warren in to face Miller, I thought was a good idea. But it does play against everything that Joe's been about of late, where he doesn't go by the gut. And it's, oh, I've got a lefty up. There's a lefty coming up. I'm going to bring in the lefty. And he actually kept in Warren, and it didn't work. But it was an odd thing to see that Joe actually went with, well, he's pitching well. He's getting people out. I'll keep him in as a Dickerson flies out.
Yeah, with watching Tommy Lane warming up along with Adam Warren, and then what, he 3 up 3 down in the 7th, and then he strikes out Longoria. Yeah, well, here he is again, the matchup.
That's right. He's going to bring in the righty to face the righty swinging Ramirez. So we're still in the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees lead this one by a score of 8-5. Right-hander Tyler Clippard with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Clippard will face Alexi Ramirez. Clippard, since coming over from Arizona, 23 games for the Yankees and really no complaints with the way he's pitched. A whip of 1, 22 strikeouts in 21 innings. 2 home runs, and opponents at 184 against him.
Pitched last night, gave up a run, 2 strikeouts.
And Ramirez swings at the first pitch and skies it down the right field line, out of play.
You know, we were talking about, you know, guys playing in New York, and Tyler Clippard, you know, playing for a team that's in it. There's something still on the line, and you know, a guy that's been around as Clippard has after the Yankees go Nationals postseason. You know, there's a certain level of intensity that elevates the focus and concentration a little better. And he's done a nice job.
Yankees 8 runs on 14 hits, and the Rays 5 runs on 8 hits. Strike.
And I say that, Michael. I mean, Tyler Clippard's been around, but you know, you're in Arizona. Looked like the D-backs were going to have a team. Greinke signing and looking up. Shelby Miller, you know, 40 games a 4.3 ERA, and now in 23 games a 1.29. Significantly better with the Yankees.
One and 2 on Ramirez. Gregorius, Torreyes, and Williams due up in the 9th inning for the Yankees. And the 1-2. Fly ball. Left center. Drifting back is Gardner, and he's there to make the play, and that'll do it. Rays get another run on another home run. All 5 of their runs solo home runs. We go to the 9th. Notable games in the American League East and the wild card chase. So Boston leads Baltimore 5-1, top of the 9th, and that is at Camden Yards. 12 innings, and Seattle beat Toronto 2-1. And this afternoon, Houston 6-5 over Oakland. So the Yankees could gain on the Orioles, they could gain on the Blue Jays, and they'll stay even or the same amount of gains back from Seattle and the Astros if they hold on. And the new pitcher is Erasmo Ramirez. He's made 1 start. This will be his 60th game, so 59 games in relief. 85 hits in 85 innings. And the pitch to Didi is low. Betances up in the Yankee bullpen. He's warming to come in and pitch the bottom of the 9th. And it's the bottom 3rd of the Rays order due up in the bottom of the 9th. Off the foot of Gregorius, and he goes down. And here comes Stevie Donahue to take a look at the Yankee shortstop.
Oh boy, He's got the little shin guard on. Let's see where it hits him. Right on the foot, off where the little pad that goes down his toe. I mean, that's just right on his toe. Whack with a 5.5 ounce. It's really hard baseball.
So they count 2-1 on Gregorius. Now 3-1. Grounded in the hole. Nice grab there by Forsythe, but Didi beats it out. He ignored the pain in the toe to get himself an infield hit.
Yeah, you're smelling a hit right there. You're busted. Yeah, you won't think about it while you're running. He's got a hit, smelling it right there. Logan Forsythe went a long way to get that ball because Brad Miller also went after it. Ramirez at first base, and Didi's just too quick. Just a hustle along here. He got a chance to beat out an infield hit.
All right, Al, do the Yankees play for a solo run here and have Torreyes lay down a bunt?
I would
see how the Yankees play it.
I always like that. Push a guy, create some movement. Longoria is playing even with the bag. I know it's nationally brand of baseball. You got the bottom of the order. You're going to count on Mason Williams and Solano. Nope.
Nope.
Going the other way. You got a big hole there. A big gap to second base. That was nice. Oh, you got this huge truck you can drive through there. That swing right there from Torreyes looked like he was trying to go that way.
One and one. Erasmo Ramirez, the sixth pitcher used by Kevin Cash in the Rays.
Yeah, when your starter doesn't get out of the second inning, Alex Cobb an inning and a third, 9 hits, 7 runs. The big 3-run homer by Gary Sanchez. Big 4-run inning. You know what I do like, I mean, with the Torreyes' ability to handle the bat, and I know that Didi hit it off his toe. He's got 7 stolen bases. Create a little movement, but Ramirez looks like he's just wild enough to throw it off the plate.
Pitch out.
That's what they were thinking. Force Torreyes to put something on the ground, create some movement, especially with the defense in the middle infield.
Grounded to third. They have one play. They'll make it at first.
Yeah, there it is. So the Rays were just 1 pitch too early with the pitch out. Kevin Cash, the manager, and then Girardi puts on the hit and run, a little chopper off the ground. Longoria not going to second base. Good move.
Always a good time to send a runner after a pitch out because teams are reluctant to pitch out back to back.
Yeah, I don't remember ever getting the call for 2 back-to-back pitch outs. I'm sure I must have, but yeah, it's very unusual.
And you had a manager that would do things like that.
You know, even as I just said that to you, Michael, I think Bobby did do that. And it was one of those, really? 2 in a row? For me?
Well, you really have to have faith in the guy on the mound to throw strikes. That you're going to give away 2 balls.
Right.
Parker's up in case the Yankees score a 4th run and it's not a save situation. 2-0 on Williams. Ground ball up the middle, a base hit for Mason Williams. Gregorius will round third. He will score. It's an RBI single for Mason Williams, his 2nd hit of the night, and it's 9-5 Yankees.
Oh, Mason Williams, a couple nice singles similar to his at bat in the 5th inning. Hard line drive up the middle. Smooth, easy, balanced. Nice job. You keep it middle of the field, and that hit and run action. Didi at second base, pushing another run here in the top of the 9th, making it a 4-run lead for the Yankees. And that'll sit down Dellin Betances.
That one is drilled deep to left field. There it goes. See ya. A 2-run home run for Donovan Solano. And the Yankees lead 11-5.
Wow. I think they may call this play, start calling it the launching pad. How many home runs tonight? 5 from the Rays. Solano, some off speed. 3 now from the Yankees. A little change up middle of the plate. Donovan Solano, 3 for 5.
Inside to Gardner.
Yeah, you always got to wonder about that there after you give up a few hard hits and then a home run. That ball missed in a big way. Ramirez in on Gardner.
Three big insurance runs, and that shattered the bat. Wood all around. Little kindling right here.
Yeah, it's got to be off the end of the bat. Yeah. They got the little cup on the bats that take a little weight out. You hit it right off the end. You peel it. See that little cup at the end? You scoop it out, get some weight off. Huge tack on runs here, saving Betances from not having to come in and pitch. They had a few days off, but was getting a lot of appearances, a lot of innings. Save Dellin.
$11-5 Yankees. 3 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the sixth, and 3 here in the ninth. Ground ball to second. Forsythe for the second out. Did you run out of room on your scorebook?
So my scorebook, I got like the pitchers thing in a chart, but I have it to where everybody gets 5 at bats. So now we got Gardner 6th plate appearance, and now Ellsbury a 6th plate appearance.
So what do you do? Go into your defensive schematic?
Well, I got team ranks, and then I got their offense, pitching, and then it goes into my little baseball field. Yeah, it's a mess.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'll tell the Yankees tomorrow not to score as many runs.
Well, I was saying is it's the Yankees got the 6 ABs, not the visiting team or the opposing team.
So many Yankee fans rooting harder than they've ever rooted for Ellsbury, so they could see Sanchez get another at bat. Fly ball, left field. Dickerson back. He has room. And Sanchez will not come up this inning. But the Yankees score 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Yankees by 6. inning. 11-17-0 for the Yankees. 5-8-0 for Tampa Bay as the Yankees will try to win their second in a row. And they bring in Jonathan Holder to try to get the final 3 outs of this game. So this will be the 5th game for Holder.
Only 4 games for Jonathan Holder, so the 1 home run he gave up.
So if the Yankees could hold on here, it would be the 14th win for Tanaka. And it would be the Yankees' 79th win of the year. With 11 games left to go. 1 more here in Tampa Bay, 4 in Toronto, so that's 5, and then 6 at home to finish it up. 3 against the Red Sox, 3 against the Orioles in the Bronx. Swing and a miss. One and 2. Holder did very well in the Yankee minor league system, where they actually maneuvered to get him on the 40 a year before they would have to protect him on the 40 over the winter, because they thought that he would really help once the rosters expanded, and he struggled a little bit, but shows good stuff. Pitches high, 2-2, getting his feet wet here in the big leagues.
Sixth rounder out of Mississippi State. Drafted only in 2014.
So a quick ascension. 2-2.
fastball, light slider. He's got a good slider, curveball, mostly fastball, slider. You mentioned about his year this year, Michael, both from Tampa, Trenton, and Scranton. Scranton in 12 games, an ERA under 1.
Swing and a miss. Decker down on strike, so he's conquered all levels.
Nice year in Double-A, 2.2 ERA, 28 games, 41 innings, 59 Ks. They just blew it by Decker. 94 mile an hour upstairs. Crispy.
Crispy?
Crispy, little, you know, pow, cackle. Good fastball.
There's Richie Schaefer. And he fouls it away. Swing and a miss. And that got a piece of Sanchez. He's grabbing his arm.
Yeah, we see that, right? He's had a couple catcher interferences, you know, right at the very last moment. Catcher reaches out to catch the ball. And I think that backswing really was what got him from Schaefer's bat. So there's a big old hook and then one arm swing, and oh, it nicked him on the elbow. Boy, yeah, that's an extension. He's fooled, releases with his right hand, and then wooden bat whacking you on the elbow. Well, Joe can appreciate all that, right? Years a fellow catcher, understands the grueling position. You see a big swing and miss, release of his top hand, and then just at the end, the elbow.
They're going to ice that down immediately once the game is over. And the 0-2. Grounded to second, Solano. And the Rays are down to their final out. And they will send up Nick Franklin to pinch hit for Bobby Wilson. So here is Nick Franklin. Yankees lead 11-5. And there's ball 1 to Franklin. Wilson was 2 for 3 while he was in there, but getting pinch hit for against Holder.
Franklin, the utility infielder for the Rays, and moves all around. Much better against right-handed pitching. 300 compared to the 216 against lefties.
That's off the glove of Sanchez. And 3-0.
Yeah, well, you get 2 quick outs and then you miss a lot. 3-0 count on a pinch hitter. Attack the zone.
And Holder deals a strike, taking all the way, looking for base runners down by 6. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning, 2 outs. The Yankees lead 11-5. And now the Rays down to their final strike.
These Ray hitters, they don't get cheated. Nick Franklin, 6 home runs on the year. Trying to go yard ball there.
Fouled away, stays alive. Foul back here, just to the left of our booth. Three-two. Popped up. This should do it. And it does as Torreyes makes the play, and the Yankees win their second straight over the Rays, 11-5. And once again, that man does the job.